A very good afternoon to all of you. So I will be starting this lecture from the waveform discussion because it was impending. Okay. So have a look at the waveforms once again. I had already discussed how to do the analysis at steady state, and this whole analysis will be carried out in the continuous conduction mode. I think I'm quite clear till this point. Okay. So now have a look at this. Wait a minute. Have a look at this waveform, that source current. So if the voltage, if the source current, the average source current value is asked. If somebody asks from us that what will be the average source current value, then we can straight away give the answer. The source current, the average of source current will be nothing, or I can say the average switch current will be same as the average source current. So the average switch current will be nothing but a straight line. Okay, and that will be the average of inductor current, because the inductor, as you can see from the power circuit diagram, I would love to go back to the power circuit diagram. This is the diagram. So you can very well say that if we look at the switch, then whenever the switch is on, the inductor current flows, and the switch is off, then the inductor current goes from here. So for that duration, when the switch is on, the switch current equals to the inductor current. I think I am quite clear. So that is represented here. Have a look at this. This is it. This is what it is being shown. Is rising to a value, again Is rising to a value. Clear or not? I think I am clear. Now, what will be its average value? Obviously, it will be equal to the average value of inductor current. The average value of this current is nothing but the average value of inductor current for the time duration t on, for the period of t on. So it comes out to be t on, that is due to ratio d, into source current S, that is a multiplying factor, that is d into IL. Clear? Now, what is IL? IL is nothing but the average value of IL. Yes, it is the average value of IL. Now, if we are concerned about the average value of IL, then it is very easy. It can be seen from here that average value of IL can be very easily calculated just by looking at the load current value. IL is nothing, but we have to apply the ampere second balance at capacitor, and by applying the ampere second balance at the capacitor, we can get the average inductor value, and that value is I naught upon 1 minus d. I had already discussed this thing in the previous lecture. I am again recalling this thing so that the students get it very clearly. Now, another way of obtaining the value, so it comes out to be, the average value comes out to be d I naught upon 1 minus d. Another very interesting value is that if we know this thing, the area under this curve divided by the total time t, then this will also give us the same value. What is the area? Area of this part is nothing but this is what? If you look at this part, then this is the IL minimum value. Okay, am I right? Yes, this is IL minimum, and this is I naught average. This is I naught average. So this is nothing but IL minimum into dt plus half into this length. Have a look at this. this length, sorry, this length, wait a minute, I will zoom it so that it becomes very much clear. Yes, now, yes, this length is delta IL. So delta IL is the height, width is again, base is again IL minimum, and the time is nothing but, sorry, half into IL minimum into delta IL, that's it. And this should also be multiplied by, this is the area, this is the area, okay. Base is nothing but, base is this length, that is dt, okay. Half into base into height is delta IL. This should be added and divided by time t, and straight away we can get the expression, and that expression will be same, equal, and that obviously that divided by that total time t will give us Is. That is the average stretch current. Now coming back to the conduction modes, which is very important, that is whether the given converter is operating in the continuous conduction mode or the discontinuous conduction mode, that is in the DCM or in the CCM. This is very important, and the analysis needs to be done. We have to judge whether the converter is operating in the DCM or in the CCM. It is very, very, very important. So this is very easy, and this can be done very easily. Just we have to look at the inductor current IL. Okay, if the IL is not 0, are you getting it? What I am telling you? If the IL is above the line 0, then we can say for sure that the converter is in the continuous conduction mode. Okay, or it will depend on the value of inductor current. If the inductor current is it will depend on the value of inductance. If it is greater than the critical inductance L, you can obtain the value of critical inductance by looking at a just continuous case, the boundary at which the converter is operating in just continuous case. Just continuous case can be checked very easily. You have to do just one thing, that is look at the inductor current and see whether its value comes out to be, average value is positive or not. If it is positive, then it is for sure. Or have a look at this point, IL minimum point. IL minimum, if the IL minimum is not equals to 0, if it is coming out to be 0, then the DC converter is operating in just continuous mode. But if it is not coming out to be 0, it is negative, then we can say that the converter is for sure in the, which reason is in the discontinuous conduction. Okay, so all the formulae which we are applying here will obviously change. All the formulae will no longer hold valid. Okay, all of these will change, and we have to again do the analysis from the scratch. This is very important. The analysis of a converter is very important, all because of this thing. Yes, this is why it is very important. And we have to again start from the scratch and do all the calculations. Now have a look at this IC value. IC value is very important because we have to, because if it is in CCM, then for sure this will be positive. But if it is in DCM, that it may happen that this line can intersect this point. It will be like this. Yes, here the intersection will be there. So this intersection points now needs to be explored or needs to be obtained. That is very important. Okay, so I think I tried my best to explain all the things. Remaining discussions will be carried out in the next class. Thank you. Have a fine day.